Hello, good evening. My name is James Murray, and the proposal I'll be suggesting that schools should adopt is equipment for teachers and students, which is a touchscreen tablet. The best tablets out there on the market right now, according to research, are the iPad Pro, Samsung Galaxy, and the Microsoft Surface Pro. They have been reviewed to be very user friendly, high power, very capable of hosting apps, and they have all kinds of embedded features too that make them perfect for learning tools. So the training that I suggest that should be implemented is Blackboard training, courtesy of ClassCentral.com, and they focus specifically on tablet use. And there's all kinds of resources, and this is something that teachers and students, mainly teachers, can learn at their own pace. AvantisEducation.com. So this is courtesy of the company Avantis, and they specialize in navigating touchscreens, apps as well too, like Class Cloud. They provide online tutorials, videos, and on-site training. So this would be a great tool to utilize if you prefer in-person training over virtual training. Tablet Academy is the third way, and that's a self-paced training, much like Blackboard. And what makes this one so appealing is the lessons are broken up into mini lessons. And after each module, they call it, there is a knowledge assessment. That way you know if you understand the material. If not, you can go back and review what you feel like you need to learn more about on. And last but not least, this will be a very important resource to utilize, is experienced faculty. So it is no secret that tablets are a very popular technology. Many people are familiar with its use already because they use it already in their professional and personal lives. So it would be best and cost effective to utilize teacher volunteers, or you could actually appoint some faculty that specialize in it already, like a technology specialist, and they could provide in-person training maybe at the start of the year or the end of the year. For both teachers, paraeducators, and perhaps even the students. So why I suggest that they utilize the tablet for an education setting is how much it actually promotes student learning and engagement. Okay, far other than any device. The compatibility itself, I mean, it has features like the internet. There's all kinds of add-ons that you could put in, like a mouse, a keyboard, a projector, earphones for privacy, a microphone for amplification. It has zoom in, zoom out features to help magnify, which can help students that have vision impairments. Gamification. Tablets are riddled with all kinds of applications and access to an internet browser, which you can reach games with appealing graphics and sounds, which provide instant feedback, which can be a very effective reward system to keep students focused. It's customizable too to students according to their skill set, and that way it allows students to learn at their own pace. And it offers a multitude of school from home solutions, which we witnessed during the 2019-2020 school year. We primarily taught distant learning, and students were learning through a tablet, and it was quite effective. The increased accessibility too among students. So we might have students with all kinds of disabilities ranging from physical to mental, where a conventional desktop PC that sits at a desk may not be as accessible as something that can be held in your hand. Tablets can also be converted into a desktop if need be, if that is more comfortable for students. So it's very adaptable. And what's great too is the fact that it saves content for review, so it makes information to students more accessible too. That way they could actually access information from home or in class. Has drag and drop touchscreen features, which is big for math, where directional mouse functions may be challenging for some students. Tablets are inclusive too. There's share screen features, and the fact that there are websites and apps that allow multi-user options. It promotes collaborative projects and has integrated features such as, like I mentioned, shared screen, multi-user games, interactive charts and graphs, and it could really show a student instead of telling. For instance, there have been times where I have utilized YouTube to take a student on a virtual tour of what a place might actually look like or what an animal might actually look like versus just describing it or showing a picture. Uh, the online storage is another great feature, like a cloud, making it easy for students and teachers to store and share data. And the not to mention the vast electronic library of digital books that you could store. So it saves on money, it saves on materials, it saves on bulk. For students having to haul books back and forth to class, they can be all embedded in one feature. But for students that do prefer the tangible touch and feel of a book, that option can be there as well. The assessment, so I base my assessment off of personal experience, what I have seen, what I've witnessed in the classroom, and what I see when I go out on a regular basis, whether it be dining out to a restaurant or basically anywhere I go. It seems that many children are already familiar with this technology and it's already appealing to them. So why not bring it into the classroom? I have utilized a rubric that measures the capability, versatility, lifespan, safety, and ease of the tablet, which ranks high in every category. Finances, one drawback is it is expensive, an expensive cost per unit. But, however, there are loopholes that we can explore. Many students may already own tablets, and perhaps we can design a system or policy that allows them to bring them to the class themselves, their own personal device, to cut costs. But one key feature I should mention that it does save on ink, paper, and books. One drawback, or a challenge I should say, incorporating this technology in a classroom is the digital citizenship and ethics that comes with this powerful device. So as the old proverb goes, I think it was Spider-Man, with great power comes great responsibility, and with technology it is no exception. Okay. Tablets have so many features and access to such a vast amount of information. It could be difficult and challenging to monitor students what they're doing and making sure they're following policy. That's why it'll be important to implement and go over safety policies and digital citizenship with your class. There's also the risk of them becoming obsolete or outdated just based off of how fast technology is advancing year to year. So it was a mere 10 years ago when we saw VHS tapes and laser discs implemented in the classroom with a tube TV, and now we have shrunken down to flat screen monitors, which eventually, continuing following the trend, we will have no screens whatsoever. However, that is not to discount the immense opportunity and resources that tablets can offer for both teachers and students. They break easily. There is the theft concern too, that students are so drawn to these technology devices that they want to take them home. And students really do need guidance, especially those that are unfamiliar with this technology, and teachers must be taught how to navigate it. A few other advantages that I failed to mention earlier I want to touch on before I close is students, especially more than ever, are in a particular need for new opportunities to learn content in different ways and to be able to revisit that content. We're seeing more diverse classrooms now with English learners, and tablets work great for that because there's built-in embedded translation features, and which can actually translate content to their native language while helping them build their English skills as well. There's audiobooks, like I mentioned, embedded quizzes, reading guides. It supports writing, actual handwriting with a stylus and touchscreen, which is really big and important. And it also caters to some disabilities like emotional disturbances because there are text-to-speech options and phonetic spelling software. There's videotape features like YouTube, play to text, and it also allows space for quiet time for students. For those that really do thrive when they learn on their own, they need a break away. The tablet works great for one-on-one, and as I mentioned earlier, as well as in groups. So that is my presentation for today. Again, this is James Murray signing out. Thank you for your time.